Hello, everyone. My name is Zulfiqar, and welcome to another episode of Income Investors. With me today is John Whitefoot with another exciting income pick. If you want to read more about what John writes on a regular basis, you can head to incomeinvestors.com, or you can find the link to the website in the description below. Crude oil prices have been facing pressure over just how much a global trade war affects the economy. Slower economic growth generally results in lower demand for crude oil. In fact, one of the best indicator of economic trouble is lower demand for crude. And that's because crude oil is used in virtually every corner of the economy, from trucking to manufacturing, shipping, travel, and even electric power. While crude oil prices currently trade below $70 per barrel, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, or OPEC for short, expects world oil demand to rise from 102 million barrels per day in 2025 to more than 120 million barrels per day by 2050. That doesn't necessarily mean that crude oil prices will hit $100 per barrel anytime soon, but as long as there is demand for crude oil and it's being pulled from the ground, there will be reasons to consider ultra high dividend yielding oil and gas exploration and production companies like VOC Energy Trust. They're traded on New York Stock Exchange under symbol VOC. John, what can you tell us about this company?
Yeah, thanks, Mo. VOC Energy Trust, which was formed by VOC Brazos Energy Partners LP, is an oil and gas exploration and production, or E&P company, that acquires and holds 80% of the net profits from the production and sale of interests in oil and natural gas properties in Texas and Kansas. Now, according to the most recent data, its underlying properties had interest in 722 gross producing wells and included 80,935 gross acres. The company had proved reserves of approximately 2 million barrels of oil equivalent. That's mostly made up of crude at 1.87 million barrels of total proved oil and 1.18 million cubic feet of natural gas.
If you like what you see so far, check out incomeinvestors.com. While you're there, you could also sign up for a free special report titled 3 Income Stocks to Own Today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. And now back to the video. And John, I see that it recently declared a distribution of 11 cents per unit.
Yeah, now VOC Energy's quarterly dividend payout is based on the net cash proceeds available from distribution. As a result, that number will change every quarter based on supply and demand and the price of crude oil and natural gas. In the second quarter, it sold 115,025 barrels of oil at a price of $61.11. Natural gas sales totaled 52,215, I think it's 1,000 cubic feet at $3.72 per 1,000 cubic feet. It resulted in total proceeds of $7.22 million, with unit holders receiving a distribution of $1.87 million or 11 cents per unit. This works out to an annual distribution of 51 cents per unit for a big frothy forward dividend yield of 18.1%. Now, again, the distribution is variable. It may pay out a dividend of 13 cents per unit and 9 cents per unit in February.
And how is VOC stock doing?
Yeah, well, to be fair, part of the reason why VOC Energy Trust units have such a high dividend yield is because the stock is facing pressure. Yield and unit share price have an inverse relationship. Now, and VOC units have not been on the winning side of history of late, trading down as of this recording, 36% year to date. Now, on the plus side, VOC units are up almost 11% since early April lows. Now, that's when President Donald Trump announced his list of global tariffs. And that goes to show why it's important for income investors, especially those in the energy sector, to pay attention to more than just oil and gas prices. A unit or stock price can rise and fall quickly on actions taken by OPEC, geopolitical tensions, black swan events, and even late night social media posts from the White House.
John, thank you so much for your insights. VOC Energy Trust is an oil and gas exploration and production play with a large interest in net proceeds from oil and gas properties in Kansas and Texas. It continues to generate a lot of cash, which allows it to provide VOC Energy stockholders with a reliable payout. Some quarters are more prosperous than others, though that is to be expected in the energy sector. As a result, variable payouts are not right for every investor. While VOC units have taken a hit as of late, some of the biggest names on Wall Street remain bullish on VOC Energy Trust. Three of the biggest institutional holders of VOC Energy Trust are 180 Wealth Advisors, UBS Group, and Morgan Stanley. That's it for today, and make sure to go to incomeinvestors.com now to get our free special report on 3 income stocks to own today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. We'll be back with more income picks soon, so stay tuned. And in the meantime, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now.